right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Exposed News TV. Yes, your one and only YouTube platform. Always here to give you back-to-back updates. Without further wasting of your time, we'll go into the news as it is hot. Yes, it is quite heartbreaking. The world just witnessed a political earthquake, a political higi haga, and the aftershocks are shaking global security to its core. Now let us go into the full details of this news. See, in the shocking turn of events, Trump has dropped a bombshell. True, exposing secrets of countries that have been one way or another funding terrorist organizations. And guess what, my people? Nigeria has found itself as one of those that are funding terrorist organizations. At the center of this explosive revelation, General Musa, a man once hailed as a strategic genius, now facing allegations that could change the course of international security forever. Of course, Musa would be at the middle of it because he is working hand in hand. He is working in pari passu with the man that would be working with this whole issue. Now, according to Trump, classified intelligence reveals that a whole lot of countries and the government has been covertly channeling resources and weapons and financial aid to extremist groups operating in conflict zones. The revelation has sparked an urgent international response, with governments and security agencies scrambling to verify the claims and determine just how deep this conspiracy runs. And that is it. It is what one way or another we expected, but of course it will always come out. That is it. Nothing is hidden under the sun forever. Now, but the real question is, who else knew? Was General Musa acting alone, or is this just the tip of a much larger global operation as investigations unfold? Political leaders, military officials, and intelligence agencies are now in a race against time to uncover the truth before more damage is done. My people, it is something that I believe is going to be very shaking, world shaking, because it is not what anybody expected to happen. And right now it has happened, as Trump has come out and mentioned. And of course, Musa is at the middle of it, is at the center of it. No other person but Musa that has been looking for all sorts of ways to make sure that the Biafra Liberation Army, the BDF, all of them are sent to are demolished, are terminated. He is someone that is at the middle of something as bad as this. Yes. He now faces challenges. He now faces allegations of complicity in these covert operations. International bodies and governments are calling for thorough investigations to ascertain the extent of the involvement in supporting terrorism, to hold accountable those responsible for these actions. This development underscores the intricate and often concealed networks that facilitate terrorism worldwide. It also highlights the challenges faced by global security agencies in identifying and dismantling such covert support systems. As the situation unfolds, the international community remains vigilant, emphasizing the need for transparency, accountability, and collaborative efforts to combat the insidious spread of terrorism, which has eaten up everywhere. That is just the truth of the matter. The only thing we can do is to have it in mind that these people, they are people that have been involved in this. And at this point, they have reached their Waterloo to the extent that someone, Trump, has come out and talked and mentioned it to everybody, that this so and so country, because of course it's not only the zoo country that is involved in something like this. Other countries, mostly African countries, are still involved in this. So you see, it is not a joke. what I want everybody to understand at this point is that this whole thing goes deeper than we ever knew. It goes deeper, and until we come to realize how deep it is, then we'll know how far we should actually fight for our freedom out of this God-forsaken country. That's just the truth of the matter. And it is the best.
Public anger and frustration development are at a boiling point and have indeed led to protests in the streets of Enugu, where the overwhelming perception is that the government of Governor Peter Amba is not doing enough to address the attacks, and that his inaction actually serves as an encouragement to whoever that is behind carnage on human lives. For a quick chat around that, we're now being joined by Dr. Chukwudi Anyanuka, a media and journalism lecturer who recently made a fact-finding tour of Ehamufu, the hotbed of the attacks. Dr. Anyanuka is also a member of the Guild of Public of Nigeria and National Publicity Secretary, Association of Communication Scholars and Professionals of Nigeria. Good morning, Doctor. Good to have you join us on the morning show today.
Sorry about that.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Thank you very much. Give us your eyewitness account of what is happening. The media, of course, has been awash with so many gory pictures, stories here and there. The intervention we heard from the deputy governor of the state, the intervention especially from the Catholic Mission in Enugu State, particularly around the area where it is the hotbed there. And we understand that you have even, taken a trip down there to assess things for yourself. What did you find out? What is going on? And is it real, everything that we're hearing in the media that is happening in that part of Enugu State?
Thank you very much. Your narrative is quite correct in terms of the brouhaha, or how would I put it, in terms of the protests and all the narratives we've been hearing concerning the killings.
First of all, this stupid man, I wish he's watching this very broadcast this evening. This very stupid man called it brouhaha. He said brouhaha. This man called it brouhaha. This is not even the issue. Just pay attention and listen to him.
So on Friday, I actually joined a team of journalists. There are about 30 of us, and we traveled to, first of all, Ikem, and then, of course, we now traveled to Ehamufu to ascertain the veracity of those narratives. But I can tell you that we also had the opportunity of interviewing a lot of locals. We had to talk to them to find out exactly their own points of view concerning the alleged killings. First,
he said the alleged killings. And this very man is an Igbo man. Ndị Igbo na-ele onwe fa. Ndị Igbo na-ele onwe fa kedu ife anyị melụ ndị mmadụ. Ndị Igbo na-ele onwe fa tọrọ. Penny afọ. How much did they pay you that you will come and lie on on national television where everybody is watching you? You come and lie against the dead. How much did they pay you? I have videos and pictorial evidences of the carnage, the gruesome murder of innocent Biafrans in Ehamufu. I have the videos, gory images that can't even be shown on social media, on YouTube or even Facebook. These were among the things that we were waiting and hoping that our app would be ready before the Finland Convention, before Mazi Simon Ekpa was arrested, so that we can be able to be making use of this very app to showcase it to the whole world what is going on in the land of Biafra and the zoo at large. Unfortunately, they did what they did, and our prime minister was arrested up till now. And this man said, alleged. Let's continue.
What the protests we saw were circulated on the social media kind of indicated that there were mass killings, but we didn't see anything like that on the spot.
How can you see it? How can you see? Biafrans, I want you to pay attention. At the end, you are going to see, you're going to know who sent this man. I want you to download everything he's saying, bear it in mind. At the end, you will see who this man is.
First of all, we visited, there was a farm settlement. I think that place, if I'm not mistaken, is called Obete. It's called Obete, similar to the Obete, the Enugu. But then it's the rail line area. I think they called it the Olie Uzo Ago. Olie Uzo Ago. I think that's what they call Olie Uzo Ubo mainstream. So I understand that there was a time when locals would, during the farming season, would migrate to that place and then live, you know, as a community. They also had school around there. So they lived as a community in that neighborhood where they would farm. As soon as the farming season was concluded, they would return back to their homesteads. But right now, that place is actually deserted. But at what point did that place get deserted? Why did the locals leave? I understand there was an incident that occurred in 2022, January, and then sometime in December 2022, where entire communities were sacked completely on account of, you know, the crisis. I mean, they were attacked, I understand, by Fulani headsmen. They were attacked and they had to leave their communities in drove. Then
Did you see? Did you hear him? He said he understands that in the year 2020 and 2022, that some group, it was even difficult for him to call that and to mention Fulani herdsmen. It was difficult for this criminal, look at on here, and irigo gone bendia, onuge bendigo because of lies and deceit. It was difficult for him to mention that name, Fulani herdsmen terrorist. But he knew that he has no any other option if not to mention the name the way it is. And he has to mention it. Look at him. Look at him. Onyori, criminal. Onyori. Orige goni engo. Onu engo gogi. Onyori. So, are you telling me that it was what happened in 2020 and 2022 till today that these locals you are talking about that deserted their farmland and homeland have not been able to return back to their homes and farmlands because of what happened in 2022, and there is no Fulani that has occupied that land now, yet the locals are unable to return back to their homes and farmlands? You see yourself. This is what criminality have caused on our own people. Betrayals everywhere. Quest for fame and money. Money and power mongering. This is what criminality has caused our own people. Lying to their teeth. Emalezioku emankuya because
and, you know, we began to question, wanted to know between 2022 and today, has there been any such incident that occurred? But what we were able to find out, okay, number one, we found out that, yes, indeed, somebody was killed. A certain Donatus Ndubisi was actually killed in the farm.
Do you think it's possible?
Donatus. This man, Anamajugi, Kedonye Buru Donatus. Because everything that this man is trying to say, when it's something that has to do with Fulani herdsmen terrorists, it becomes very difficult for him to say it. It becomes very, very difficult for him to speak, even to mention that name. It becomes difficult for him. Now let's continue.
One. And then we also found out that there was a woman that was raped. A woman that was raped, and then.
So you see, why he's trying to. Let me give you the psychological, the way this man is trying to use psychology. He's trying to use. Although I've forgotten that word. This man is using reverse psychology against our own people. As in, if he's trying to let you know, yes, that now the allegation or the alleged massacre of people, something happened, but it's not really the massacre as it was portrayed on the social media. He was trying to let you know that, like he said, one Donatus was, unalived, and then the other one, he said one woman was raped. One Donatus was unalive. That is what he's saying. He's telling you that yes, something happened, but it's not the way it was being, showcased on social media. And he's telling you that yes, something happened, but it was just one of this, one of that. Reverse psychology. That is what this man is using, but we are going to bust him.
The original account, or the earlier account we heard, the woman was raped, that they actually stuck a stick into her private part, and that.
You see, he said what they had, but let's continue.
She had
Pay
actually
attention.
Died and was in the mortuary. But I can say went to the home of that woman, and when we interviewed her, she said, I may not.
Can you see? Ifugo ndị Igbo, ife aka fa ji wele nwanne fa, ife aka ndị Igbo ji wele Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ife aka ndị Igbo ji wele Maazị Simon Ekpa, egbue dike na ọgụ ụnọ, ọgụ amaruo achọwa dike. Pay attention, my people.
Say that she's hale and healthy, because she explained to us that she was still having difficulty in.
Something that I have videos and picture evidences that happened in so many places within that community. I even posted a video last month where one person mustered courage to go to the center, Ehamufu Center, to record a video where everywhere was completely deserted. Nobody is seen at sight. There's a 4-corner road there. There's a 4-road and junction. Nobody was seen at sight. Everywhere is completely deserted. Now let's continue.
In walking, but then that hadn't. So that was a very false narrative. We also wanted to find out whether there was any incident of mass killing, and we can tell you, I can speak, authoritatively, that all the reports we heard does not indicate that there has been any such mass killings. So when people
you are a liar, you are a rogue. Ifele megbuogi osinafa ya bụ anya n'ụka. Anya n'ụka ka osina anya n'ụka. Ifele megbuogi. I wonder how you will be enjoying this money, knowing that you have come and lied against the dead. Shame on you. Ifele megbuogi n'ezinụlọ gị. I wonder how you will be, enjoying driving your car, your big car, enjoying that money that was paid to you by the local government chairman, and then, oh, chai, alo. How would you be enjoying that money that was paid to you by the local government chairman of Ehamufu, knowing very well that this money you're enjoying is because you lied against the dead? Ifele me buagi ndi Igbo. Chai.
About 100 or 200 people had been killed, and murdered, and then, these things there actually wasn't anything like that. But then again, we must also say that there is still skirmishes of insecurity. The local government chairman admitted as much, that there are still skirmishes of insecurity. But that is not also different from what we are seeing in some other communities. I'd like to draw an example.
You see? But that is not different from what they are seeing from other communities. Therefore, Ehamufu people can be massacred, they can be chased away, their lands can be taken over. It is not a new thing. It is not different from what they are seeing in other community. That is what this man is saying. And I'm saying, shame on you. Ifere me buogi. Chukwu di anya no ka ifere me buogi. Shame.
Recently, we saw a video that went viral. This thing happened at Uboka. Uboka is actually somewhere in Nkanu East local government area. I don't know, you probably would have seen it, where a young man was taking a video, and he was actually showing how a Fulani herdsman with his cattle, the man was pulling out cassava, from the farms and then feeding it to the cows. And he was actually saying that, no, this is unfair, that this might actually lead to some kind of crisis. So I wanted to draw some kind of similarity between the two incidents. So we have issues of insecurity, the issues of Hamufu particularly, but I can say that from all the things we observed on Friday, that there has not been any such mass killings as advertised or as promoted. All right.
Hamufu. That's where you have, assessed, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. You said Ehamufu. But there's been reports by a social media influencer called Nedu Ani, who's talked about, the Udi local government area being under siege, both in Afa, Egede, Eke, and some other towns. They've said that, they've witnessed a tremendous amount of killings. And we did see videos from women for weeks protesting. And I know that the government of Enugu State have alleged or have said that these attacks are orchestrated, and they've, accused certain individuals who they say are criminal agitators and failed political elements of plotting this smear campaign against Governor Peter Mba's administration. To assess that claim, especially in the Udi local government, I wonder if that's the same area where Ehamufu is. And also the claim by the Enugu state government that these killings are orchestrated.
Those are the people. Those are actually the people that sent him. I am telling you, you are going to hear something. Those are the people that sent him. They said that they don't want their people to tarnish their names and their government. They don't want people to insult them, to call them names, because they want to continue with their agenda. Ke we turn on the bani to ndị na-akpụ isi n'anị. Ifugo ka enwe ike ịtọnụ ndị bani to ndị na-akpụ isi n'anị. Those are the people that sent him. Pay attention, you will see everything. Go that place, I will let you know.
Okay, OG, that Udi is actually quite different from Ehamufu. Ehamufu is located in issues or local government area, while Udi, some of those towns that you mentioned now, are located in Udi local government area. I cannot speak very authoritatively concerning the Udi local government, but I'd like to also maybe use one of the visits we made to the Command and Control Center to speak based because we were taken to the Command and Control Center and we saw the sophisticated nature of the equipment that were there. We were made to understand that those things were the images we saw were being fed by thermal cameras that are AI embedded. Because from there we could see some of the flashpoint areas in Enugu State where, we had issues of insecurity from time to time. We could see the vast lands of Isuzo. Honestly speaking, I do not know. The security agencies might be in a better position to answer some of the questions you've raised concerning the activities in Udi. But if from what we observed at the Command and Control Center, I can tell you that there are cameras everywhere. I asked a question that they didn't even answer. I said, how were these cameras actually planted? Are they actually in the satellite? Because the way the images were, they could zoom to even little objects that people were carrying, passers-by were carrying and moving about. And, I was actually stunned that we had such a Command and Control Center. I must also say that the Enugu State government is doing itself a disservice, by not promoting the kind of equipment they have. One of the questions that I raised,
which is what he has come to promote. Are you getting it? He said that he is surprised that Enugu State is doing a disservice to itself for not promoting the equipment they have, which is what he has been paid to come and promote on television. That is the job he's doing now. Pay attention.
raised that day was, are the security agencies, those who man the roads, are they aware that we even have such sophisticated equipment that actually captures them? We've had incidences of security agencies harassing innocent citizens on the road, extorting money from them. From that Command and Control Center, you could see these things clearly. They would zoom into faces, and you could see the faces of the security agents. They clearly identified, and they explained that the amount of information that they generate on a daily basis is also analyzed, and what they do, they also carry out a behavioral analysis. So I want to believe that the security agencies will be in a better position to know whether there have been such crisis in Udi local government area. Let me also say that we are aware that there are people who actually also deploy misinformation,
Are you getting it now? Let me also use this opportunity to tell those who are asking me to block somebody in the comment section. Don't worry about anybody. You already know that right here we don't block people. We allow them to speak and rant as much as they can. Once you stop, responding to him, he will disappear. Don't worry about anybody. Let him continue ranting on the comment section. He's going to disappear once you stop responding to him or her. Let's continue. Some of them are coming here with Igbo names, but in actual sense, they are Fulani. You don't know. So don't allow them to distract you. Just pay attention. Write your own comment as you like, and pay attention to what we are doing, and let the Fulani with Igbo camouflage name continue their idiocy in the comment section.
In order to gain some political mileage. We have seen in the past where people have also, manipulated issues of insecurity in order to oust someone from government. Let us also take our minds back to the Bring Back Our Girls campaign. When Goodluck Jonathan was the president of the Nigerian nation, we saw how he was eventually ousted out of office. We know that a lot of the campaign was around insecurity. We saw people who were also, magnifying figures, exaggerating events on account of the fact that they wanted to, gain that political position.
Are you getting what this man is doing? He is indirectly campaigning for the local government chairman and Peter Mba that sent him to come and do this. And he claimed to be a journalist who has gone to do an investigative journalism in a Hamufu. Who has gone to do investigation in a Hamufu. That is what he's coming here to claim. To claim as an investigative journalist. He has gone to the investigation in Ehamufu to ascertain the damages, the level of damages in Ehamufu, And he has come here to tell the world that it is all lies, that they are doing it to tarnish the image of the government. Pay attention, while we already have videos and pictorial evidences of what really happened in Ehamufu.
They wanted to make sure that Jonathan did not continue as governor. So if maybe I cannot say authoritatively, I think I mentioned that earlier. So if there are people who are using such stuff, maybe because they intend to dent the image of the state government, I think the security agencies, it is their responsibility to, with all the equipment we saw, with all the facilities we saw, I don't see why such people should not be, such thing cannot be investigated to the point that we will narrow it down to such persons who are carrying such rumors and have them arrested and prosecuted, if that is the case in this case.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Chukwuma. Now, Honorable Obiara Obiago was on another platform.
Chukwudi is my name.